saw some breaking news. Neil Druckmann officially exits Last of Us Season 3 F1 review. Let's get into it, man.
We got two very different opinions on this.
Oh, very, very.
I didn't like the movie that much. Nate loved it.
What?
Are either one of these any good?
I don't watch movies.
You twins? Nah, we cousins.
Well, I'm getting ready to watch a video.
Really? What?
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
Well, that was a metaphor, okay? You know, Max, sometimes I'm just riffing. Would you allow me to riff? As the leader, can I riff? Can I riff? Yes.
I'm Jake,
And I'm Nate.
and this is a very special episode of the Film Riff Podcast. This is the 4th of July Independence Day episode.
Happy 4th of July.
Look at that.
ASMR.
Yeah.
4th of July podcast.
By the way, if you want this to be an ASMR podcast, we'll
just
totally go to that.
Leave a comment. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
All right, well.
Because I'm wasting all my money watching these dog shit movies.
If you're not liking, we can start doing more different content. We don't have to just do movies. No, but we got a lot. Well, we don't have a lot to talk about, but I think everything we'll talk about will be a little bit more dense.
Real quick, I saw Jurassic World Rebirth, so we'll do that. We both saw F1. We'll do that. That'll be the finale. F1 will be the finale. But we got some movie trailers that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, a little bit of movie news, announcements, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to kick it off, to talk about the movie that I think everybody is the most excited for, Devil Wears Prada 2.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the band. I thought the band was coming back.
No.
Is Meryl
Streep is back, baby. Come on.
Dude,
Anne Hathaway. Come on, baby.
I'm such a hillbilly. I said Merle.
Merle Streep.
Merle Haggard Streep movie
Merle
in there.
Haggard Streep is coming to town. No, dude. I know you probably don't give a shit about this, huh?
No, not at
Hey,
all.
I'm speaking up for all the girlies in the world.
That's fine, though.
All the girlies who watch the podcast.
I get it.
Which is probably zero, but
Just my wife.
yeah, your wife and
My wife.
maybe my girlfriend.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, when she catches a little vibe to
Yeah.
shit on me, you know. No.
Tries to find something to be mad about.
Yeah, it's like,
He did nothing this week. Let me go on this pod. Just kidding. If you're watching this,
why
you're
did you
cool. I
leave
love
out
Don't
that
hate me.
trailer? Come on, why did you leave out Devil Wears Prada 2 announcement news? No, but yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, hey, say what you want to say. Total chick flick. I'll defend that movie. It's a good It's a good ass movie. I like Devil Wears Prada.
Well, the Devil Wears Prada, Adam, Eve were not a Kanye reference. Sorry, that's the
That was good. That was good. We controversial, but we like them. We like him.
Yeah, that's back.
We like
hey,
his
that
music.
was
We don't like him. We like his music.
that was the old Kanye.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Bring
don't.
back the new Kanye. No, I'm just kidding.
There's gonna be too much editing, so we'll just carry on.
No.
I love Kanye.
I love Kanye West. I support everything that he said about every single person.
What?
Oh.
What? It's okay to support mentally ill people. You can't hate. No, I'm just kidding. But now that someone's mentally ill, you hate them. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah. Okay. Well, Devil Wears Prada.
3 minutes cut.
Yeah. Cut that. No, dude. I don't know. It's like kind of crazy. It's been like 20 years. It's like a 20-year difference in or gap in between movies. But
It's old school rom com, huh?
I think the biggest thing that I heard that like a lot of people were talking about online with this was like obviously there's not a trailer, like nothing really to talk about. But I wanted to bring this up to you, get your little rant out because I know you'll have something to say about this. But just to preface, the first movie, right? So Anne Hathaway's working for Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep's like terrible, whatever. And then Anne Hathaway's like working super hard all day, every day, like grinding, trying to make a name for herself in that industry. So the whole movie, the boyfriend is like, you don't spend enough time with me. Like you're leaving our relationship behind, prioritizing work over me. And I did not know this, but I guess most people who love that first movie think that he is like the main villain of the story instead of Meryl Streep's character. And everybody was like, we fucking hate this guy. Like, this is so sexist. Like, men can do this, but women can't. and she chose him over her work. And so they cut him out of the second movie, and they're not bringing him back
Because of that?
because of that.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, they're obviously making this movie for their, whoever's making this.
For the targeted audience.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about art. They're just like, hey, let's make it to make money. So what do you like? Okay, we'll make that.
Yeah, less men, more women.
Well,
No, not that. Not that.
I don't
But,
think
like,
it's. I mean, maybe, but like, how is he the villain? Like, isn't that like they're making? Because that's like the stereotype with women, right? Like
exactly. It's like if anything, they're flipping it on the head.
Yeah,
right?
they're making the guy look stupid and weak, and the girl look like the hard worker and
Yeah, stud. Yeah.
yeah. So like, why is he the? I don't. This. I mean, it's obviously the people complaining about it are crazy, but obviously the villain would be Meryl Streep, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end.
I never watched it, so I don't know if she
I
comes
think at the end of
around.
that movie, they try to give her like, oh, like we understand why you're such a
They make her
terrible
human.
person.
Yeah,
they humanize
yeah.
her. But then
Does there have to be a villain in it?
No, I mean not really. I mean some sort of like antagonist presence, but like
That would
which
be
is
her.
that's her.
Yeah.
that's like her throughout the whole movie.
He's just a weak pussy.
yeah.
So like,
yeah,
who gives
yeah.
a shit?
Yeah, I don't know, but
So they cut him out. Well, maybe they cut him out because he's a weak character.
that's also true.
Is
Yeah,
it
they could do
known that like we agree this was sexist, we're cutting him out, or were they just silently cut him out?
I think he was just like silently like leaving
Uh-oh.
behind.
Maybe they're just like he's weak.
But
We
it
don't-
sucks, dude, because it's my boy from Entourage. It's the main dude from Entourage.
Who?
Adrian Grenier. He hasn't been in a lot of movies, but I'm like a big Entourage fan.
You think they'll address it in the movie? Like, yeah, we broke up.
I hope so.
I cucked his ass.
Yeah,
So like,
I slept with my assistant.
yeah.
And
And
left
he
him
listened to it and
behind.
cried and then left, and we haven't seen him since.
He took the kids from me. Like I work too much, but, but it's just like just
Yeah.
complete opposite.
You think you think they'll address it, or they just kind of like, they'll say something.
I don't
We didn't
know.
work out, blah blah blah, and then that's it.
Yeah, just like one like throwaway line.
Who's it? Is this like a well-known director / writer, or
I honestly can't remember who directed the first movie.
don't even waste your time? Probably no one.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the same director or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it probably is.
Because I can already tell they're not making this. Like a real artist would be like, nah, fuck that. I'm making this movie how I want. I want him in.
Oh, the guy who made I guess the guy who made Devil Wears Prada also made Marley and Me.
Never watched it. Is
And-
that the dog movie?
Yeah, you never saw that movie?
No.
And then Collateral Beauty, which is probably one of the worst movies of all time.
Okay.
Dude.
So this is like
fucking
obviously.
bad.
I don't know how this person got to be in this. How do people get to make movies? Is it Devil Wears Prada, and they're like,
Dude,
all
I
right.
think a lot of it's like who you know. I mean, that's how the whole industry is.
Yeah,
You know
but at
that.
some point, it's like we got to make money. They're not making money off Marley and Me.
What? Marley and Me made
Oh, did it?
shit ton- Dude,
Did
Marley
it?
and Me was huge.
I didn't know that. I
It's
thought
like-
everyone kind of like thought like it sucked.
No, Marley and Me's like that made so much money. I saw that movie in movie theaters when I was a child, dude. Like it was that's the biggest dog movie like of all time.
But it's like a new. No, it ain't.
What's a name a bigger dog movie?
Old Yeller. The dog movie.
Okay. I'm saying like
Airball.
nah, Airball definitely did
Bruh.
not make as much money.
Airbud. I said Airball.
Yeah, Airball. Airbud, yeah.
Yeah.
Airbud.
You're living like in your time, yeah, sure, but like no, dude. Old Yeller is like the goated dog movie of all
Nah,
time.
Marley for me growing up it was Marley and Me.
Yeah, but you can't beat. I mean, for me, that movie was old when I was like first saw it. Old Yeller.
Yeah,
Like it's like
that's
this
fair.
is a geezer movie, but it's like it's a classic movie that everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything from Marley and Me. There's not like a moment where everyone's like, "Yep."
It's
I know.
Owen Wilson. Gosh. No, that was terrible.
Your
That was a
nose, like,
that
your
was a
nose blew up a little.
really bad. Yeah,
It looked like mine.
you just blowing your thumb, your nose comes out.
I'm gonna edit this and put my nose on your face.
No, dude, but Marley and Me, classic. No, I was kidding. I think I rewatched that movie probably 5 years ago, and it did not hold up at all.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
It's
But-
like I said with when I saw Airbud, like, dude, that was the greatest movie of all time. Then I watch it again, I'm like, yikes.
No, but I don't know. Devil Wears Prada 2. My girlfriend will probably make me go see it whenever it comes out. My mom will probably make me go see it.
Oh, definitely. Chris.
I'll be there, bro. I'll be there, I guess. All right, let's move on to even greater news. I don't know if you saw, but the Cat in the Hat trailer.
No, you just don't. Yeah.
Dude, no, I just
Who's the lead? Jim Carrey.
no. It's not live action. It's animated.
Oh.
It's animated Cat in the
I'm a
Hat.
little more interested now.
Yeah, but Bill Hader's voicing Cat in the Hat.
I'm even more interested.
I don't know if you've ever seen that old SNL or older SNL skit of Bill Hader playing or Cat in the Hat.
Not an
Dude,
SNL guy. He kills it.
classic sketch, bro. It's hilarious. Like Bill Hader comes in, he's like, "Hey kids, like I'm the Cat in the Hat, and you should take a nap on the mat." And then the mom comes in, like, and she's like, "Cat," and he's like goes from like a super jolly like Cat in the Hat to Linda. It's just like
cynical,
and it
or
turned
like real.
Yeah, and then like the whole sketch devolves, and it's like the Cat in the Hat like slept with their mom, and it turns out the kids are his, and it's just like this really
Real
like,
grown-up-y.
just really dark. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fucking funny. So like the fact that Bill Hader's actually casted to play Cat in the Hat in the new animated
That's
movie,
funny.
it's kind of
Yeah.
it's a little meta, like
Full circle, huh?
full circle moment. It's kind of cool, but
Fun fact about Bill Hader. You know where he's from?
Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Yeah,
bro.
I
I know
knew
that.
that.
Don't Brad Pitt?
You know he was
Brad
in the
Pitt's from here.
Well,
We're about to talk about F1. here in a
well,
little
he
bit.
was born in Shawnee. That was it.
Yeah, Born in Shawnee is crazy.
But like he literally born. I think then his family was like, all right, now back to our destination. It was like a pit stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
right.
Another pun.
Ugh.
It was another pit stop for Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt reps OU.
Yeah, he did. Well, there's that iconic picture
Yeah.
of when we, I believe we lost to USC.
Yeah. In the
Rose Bowl, 2005. I remember that game vividly.
yeah.
I mean, we got our asses stomped. Reggie Bush year.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
about to say yeah. There's
Tough
definitely-
year. Also,
Okay.
Bill Hader on the writing room for South Park.
I didn't know that.
He's in the writers' room. And to harp on that, South Park's going through a little drama right now, which they never go through drama.
Really.
Paramount. I guess like they're switching over completely to Paramount from Comedy Central, and they're like they put out a post.
They've been kind of
Well-
going away from Comedy Central for a while.
They put out a post, like they shared a story, and they said, I'm butchering it, but along the lines, it was just like words, It
Yeah.
was like South Park is going through issues right now. Fuck this. This is hurting South Park.
Really? So they were
Yeah.
just like shit on Comedy Central?
They didn't shit on anyone.
Oh,
It was
okay.
very vague, but it was like our new whatever we're doing is like fucking us, and it's not good for South Park.
Okay.
That's basically what they said. And everyone, and I'll read the comments, and it's kind of like Paramount's kind of like wanting, because Comedy Central was like, dude, you're all we have. Say whatever, do whatever. I think Paramount's kind of wanting to be like, maybe you should not say this, maybe you should do this, maybe you should talk about this. I think they're
Yeah.
trying to do that, so it's kind of fucking everything up.
Damn. Yeah, dude. Comedy Central's like kind of dead.
Oh, it's
Also-
been dead for a long
Yeah, it's been
time,
dead
brother.
for a while, but it's just like, yeah, I think you're right. I think South Park probably is the only thing that they have
That's it.
left.
South Park, and they had replays of The Office, but I think that's not even on there anymore.
No, it's
so.
completely on Peacock now, so it's
Yeah.
like
There's
they got
nothing.
Nothing.
They had such a good thing going with the stand up and all that, and they just killed it.
Yeah,
They fucked it up.
yeah, dude. That kind of blows to see, but
They had Chappelle Show, one of the greatest sketch comedy
Yeah.
of all time. They fucked that up. I mean, they fuck everything up, dude.
yeah,
And now they lost South Park.
sad.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, at least we got a new Cat in the Hat movie. No, dude. I actually watched the trailer this morning. I saw it came out yesterday, and I was like, damn, I should just watch this trailer. And I watched it. And I was like, you know what? Actually, it looks kind of funny. The animation looks a little unfinished. Like it looks a little like they tried to go for kind of that high end animation, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie and the Spider-Verse.
I'm about to say Spider-Verse or...
Yeah, or just like trying to up the animation a little bit.
Well, you
but
got to. I
It
mean,
just
we're
looks
2025.
it just looks a little weird. So I
Are you
don't,
going to watch it?
I mean, I don't know. It's a kids movie. I'm not really biting at the heels to go see the new Cat in the Hat movie. I just thought it was funny to talk about Brad Pitt or not Brad Pitt, fucking Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Hey, same person.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just like I'm glad Bill Hader's attached. I feel like if he's attached to a movie like that, I feel like he probably would have had like some help writing it or just like he must have. I feel like he would have been like a bigger part of it. Because I don't think Bill Hader's the type of guy to just like do something for the paycheck. Like,
I mean, you never know. Because
but I feel like every movie he's usually in, like he has like some sort of like bigger, like
But he hasn't really ever got that bag yet. Maybe this are like, hey, we're going to give you the bag. He's like,
yeah,
fuck
you're
it.
the Cat in the Hat guy.
Give me the
Well,
fucking...
He was in It Chapter 2. He got a bag in that.
But he wasn't like, no. You think
He
so?
was like the best character in that movie.
Yeah. And then Barry, phenomenal. But I don't think that made
Yeah,
it, though.
Barry's so good. But
That's one of the best TV shows I've seen since Game of Thrones.
not a huge fan of the final season of Barry.
I mean,
It was good.
yeah.
It was good. I think
Better than anything else I've seen.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just
In terms of like HBO like comedy series, for
just
sure.
in general.
Yeah, that's
dude.
probably like peak of those.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, do you ever see that? Oh, I don't know. Barry hit such a peak.
The first season was peak as fuck.
Yeah, first season. No, second season for me
Second was
so
too.
good because
Oh.
it has that one episode where he's fighting the karate.
Oh,
The karate
that was
guy.
second? I thought that was first.
I think that was definitely second.
Okay, yeah, that was definitely
Dude,
the best.
Like
yeah.
one of the best episodes of TV like ever, dude.
That
So
was
fucking
insanely funny.
good. Yeah, so well written. It's such a well written show. Yeah, I huge Bill Hader fan. So like anything he's attached to, like I'll definitely consider like
He's the
watching.
cop and
Yeah, Superbad. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
We can move on.
Yeah, but I got
I'm gonna harp
I have-
on Cat in the Hat
Yeah.
too long. Be titled Cat in the Hat plus F1 review.
Fuck Jurassic Park, dude. We got Cat in the Hat. No, but dude, while you were up with the dogs, I saw some breaking news.
Yeah, go ahead, tell me.
About a show we were reviewing on here for a while.
Ooh, I'd like to hear it.
Apparently, Neil Druckmann officially exits Last of Us season 3. So
Oh, he can't deal with the hate?
I don't know, dude.
No, he can't.
I don't know.
He took too much. What about Craig Mason?
Yeah, Craig Mason's still attached, but Neil Druckmann's completely gone.
He's like, bro, fuck this, I'm out.
It's either that or maybe he got fired. I don't know.
No, Craig Mason. would be
Or
the
he
guy
was
to get
probably-
fired. Or do you think he was like, look, I told y'all this is not what I wanted, and y'all did it anyway?
Yeah, like Craig Mason with all the like the free writing. And
Yes. And then he was kind of like, no, this is not it. And then they wouldn't listen to him. Now he's like, you know.
Fuck this, I'm out of here. Like I gotta go. I got a new game I'm working on. Like, 'cause Craig Mason is like a part of, or is like a huge part of like why the writing kind of dipped this season. So it's
probably
like
the main reason.
with Druckmann leaving, it's like now he's got his complete hands on it. It's like this is probably not great for it.
Man, the only thing I could think of was like, dude, this motherfucker made, oh shit,
What, Last of Us?
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, yeah.
So I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck, dude.
Craig
I
Mason.
know he's good. Like, as much as I don't like this guy, he comes off as a pompous asshole,
Yeah.
pretentious piece of shit. He did make Chernobyl. Maybe that like killed him. Maybe it's like, Conor McGregor. He was like nothing, and then like he hit that, he kills it, and then then he hits like the peak of like the celebrities, and then just you get too famous and rich, you don't like you lose that like that what got
edge.
you there. Yeah.
You lose the edge, yeah.
Maybe that was Craig Mason's like, I got something to prove. I am good. And then he makes great, and then he hits superstardom, and then just like,
Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me more worried about season 3. Like we were already worried about it, but now I'm like I might not even tune in. Like that's like
I'm not
that's
tuning
crushing.
in. I'm not gonna give them my views until I hear something good about it
Yeah,
from like people that are like, no, you know what I mean? Like if you're like, hey, it's not as lame as
yeah. It's like picked up or something. Like if I was like raving about it.
Yeah, you got to tell me. You got to be like, you got to be honest. Like if I would trust your opinion because you know where I'm coming at. You know I don't like it, and if it's like any hints of anything lame, count me out, brother.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
But-
definitely fair. I don't know. I just
That is breaking news. That's cool.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll hit the algorithm.
Yeah, right.
They say
Maybe.
keywords like if you say Trump or like 6'7" or whatever.
Yeah.
You say just keywords, it will pick the algorithm and like throw it in there.
Yeah, no, definitely does. Definitely will. No, but I guess we can move into trailers now.
Shay Alexander breaking news contract extension.
Yep.
Trying to hit that algo. Anyway,
Yeah.
go on.
We'll plop that in there.
Yeah.
No, but I guess we'll start with like more of a low key trailer. We had Sentimental Value, which is a movie that just premiered at Cannes. Like is like going to be a huge part of all the festival circuit, but for our little art house film guys out there, new film by Joachim Trier, who did a movie called Worst Person in the World a few years ago. Fantastic. Such a great movie. So like genuine, like had a lot to say, blah, blah, blah. But this new movie just looks really good, like getting a ton of Oscar buzz. Like could potentially hit like lead actress, supporting actor, supporting actress, best picture, best foreign film, best screenplay. Dude, it's huge right now.
I think
it's
it's
got a
gonna
lot
win.
of potential.
I think he'll win like you said, the actress, leading, supporting. Just from what I'm hearing, and it's easy to tell like what movies are gonna win. You know what I mean? Like there's like obviously like okay, this is probably gonna win this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna beat Sinners. Like I think that's too easy.
No. I don't, because it's a hybrid film, so I think it switches in between English and the foreign language.
And Sinners is like, come on, man.
Yeah, unless a movie is to the level of Parasite, like cultural phenomenon, foreign films are very unlikely to win Best Picture. Like, and this is also like a very quiet movie. Parasite was very big and like exuberant, like had a lot to say. This is a much smaller film.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
It's obviously not the same movie at all, but I just going off the trailer, so I could be completely wrong. It has all the Oscar buzz because I've been hearing about this movie for like weeks.
Yeah,
about the buzz from Cannes and all that. The trailer kind of reminded me of Tar. Like it's going to be a boring,
very
it's gonna
slow pace, like
it's
dramatic.
Like one of those, it's that cliche artsy movie that everyone makes fun of. Like, oh, what fucking art house bullshit movie one? I think this is going to be that. Like where it's like it's so pretentious and layered and boring, but it's actually like like
a
really
very good movie.
Yeah, but Tar good. Like where it's like, eh.
Well, I think this will be better than Tar.
Okay, yeah.
I just like the filmmaker is just like fantastic, and
I hope so.
And the talent behind it, like the main actress, I forget her name every time, but she's so good in Worst Person in the World, and she looks like she'll be really good in this. Like the buzz says so. And
is it like a coming to life movie or a coming to age movie?
No, I think. No, I'd have to pull the synopsis.
Like I saw
up.
her with her dad, and he's getting old. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
I can't relate.
Yeah, I'd have to pull up the synopsis, but it looks like it's like the main girl is dealing with like issues with her father, and her father seems to be some sort of director or actor or screenwriter or something, and just like wasn't around. It's kind of just like their relationship, like reconnecting and stuff. But it's Stellan Skarsgård who's playing the dad, and he's like,
oh really?
Honestly, one of my favorite older actors. But he's one of those actors that's never gotten the recognition he really deserves. Because he's in Chernobyl, right?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Stellan Skarsgård is fantastic.
Oh, that's cool.
But dude, yeah, I'm really excited for him because he's getting a lot of buzz. And
no, this movie has hype. Like I said, this is a movie I shouldn't hear about, like just because it's so like unknown.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing about it before this trailer.
Exactly.
So like when you see that trailer, I saw that trailer like that morning. I was like, really? And I watched it. I was like, Nate's gonna see this like instantly.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna send it to him. I didn't know have you been hearing about it?
Yeah, dude, tons. Yeah, tons. But I'm also like really into like the smaller films, like keep up with the festival circuit and stuff.
Well, it's from the Oscar expert dudes.
Yes,
that's right. I've been.
Yeah, shout out to them. We love their channel.
Yeah. I respect their opinion, and like when I heard that, I was like, okay, cool. And even them, I think they had Sinners is still number one. I was like. Dude, it's impossible to beat. I mean, they just gave. I mean, come on.
When you get a popcorn movie, that's that.
It's a phenomenon. Like it killed it
it's
everywhere.
A phenomenon. Yeah, so it's like
it's technically original IP.
Yeah, but Sinners won't win Best Picture. It's too much of a genre film. Nah, I won't argue this with you because I can almost guarantee you it will not.
I'm not gonna die on the hill, but like right now, like if I'm betting money, I think they open up as the favorite.
Well, yeah, for sure, but it's too much. It opened too early in the year, and it's too much of a genre film.
Well, you can't. Okay, so when I figured out from the Oscar experts, it's not about like when it comes out in theaters, and when it comes out, it's about like when it comes out in the festival, like what festivals are showing it.
Well, it didn't show it any.
You're right, it didn't.
No, it's the only movie that's comparable to that, I think, is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
But they compared it to that. They're like, hey, this is like, this is the movie I compare it to, the vibe and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of like, it was a big popcorn, made a lot of money, everybody loves it. It's
a phenomenon.
It's a phenomenon, yeah.
Because it did hit everything.
Yeah, the difference between Everything Everywhere All at Once and this movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once was more...
It was a better movie,
and this
for sure.
This is in no way like disrespectful to Sinners, but like, more of a unique concept.
No, I agree.
And more artistic.
Yeah.
Sinners is
more popcorny.
More popcorny.
100%.
Yeah.
No. Listen, look, I'm not trying to hate on Sinners, but it was honestly just like the screenplay. I don't care. Everywhere All at Once is it's in a way elite level compared to Sinners. Sinners is down there with just
had so much heart. Everything Everywhere like had so much heart, emotion, great acting. Like And Sinners has all that, but it's just not.
Sinners is good at everything. It's not great at anything. I think it's just good at. It's literally it's good at every single thing. Where some movies are just it's phenomenal here, don't really care here, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It was just good at everything.
That's a good. I like that.
That's where I'm coming from.
And that's not like
that's not shitting on it.
Shitting on it.
But that's not sucking it off. Like I feel like everyone's like, oh my god, this is art, this is a master. I'm like. And I feel like a douchebag. I'm like, not really. I mean, it's a fun, good movie. Honestly, like, who gives a shit? It's good. Yeah. It's really good at everything, and I can't talk bad about. I want to not like it because everyone's glazing it, but I'm like, I mean, if I'm being honest, it's good. It's good. The music's good. The acting's good. It's just fun. I had a good time.
Yeah,
that
exactly. No, I agree with you.
But you're right. Everywhere, all at once, all the time, in my face, in my ass. That movie. You're right. It's on a different level.
Yeah.
It is more elite.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Just bringing it back to sentimental value, like it's definitely smaller. So it might get swallowed up this year because I think there's
That's what she said.
Yeah, it might get
it's smaller, so it's gonna get swallowed
out. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Might be spat out. Sorry, I'm done. Yeah, timestamp that one.
I'm timestamping a lot. Don't worry.
No, but dude, yeah, I'm excited for this movie. The trailer looked fantastic. Elle Fanning's in it too, which is crazy because she's in this, and then she's coming out in the new Predator Badlands movie, which looks fucking awesome. Have we talked about that trailer?
No, not on the pod, no.
Nah, but dude, that trailer looks so good.
It's just not for me.
Really, I'm a big Predator Alien guy, so I'm all for it. I'm excited for the Alien Earth TV series starting this summer.
Yeah.
Can't wait, dude. Yeah, but I guess leading off from space, movies about space, peep the cut that was there right before
I'll make it
a
noticeable cut. I'll make it a noticeable
very
cut.
noticeable cut.
Yeah.
No, but we got a trailer for Project Hail Mary.
Oh, that's a good segue.
I know. It's like it's almost like I said that wherever we cut, but
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Dude, so huge fan of Phil Lord, Chris Miller. No, Chris Lord, Phil Miller. Fuck, Lord and Miller. We're going with Lord and Miller.
Lord and Miller.
The directing
Lord
duo. The directing duo. Dude, no, this trailer looks fantastic. So Lord and Miller, obviously behind the Spider-Verse movies, a bunch of absolutely like peak animated movies over the last decade.
Lord Miller
finally kind of expanding their range into more live action stuff, and it's adapting a book by the same guy that wrote The Martian, which is a fantastic movie and fantastic book, that I've read.
Matt Damon. Fuck
No.
you, South Park. I have to do that now.
No, dude, but I'm really hyped for this movie. I've been wanting to read the book really bad because it's sitting on my bookshelf at home right now. But my buddy read it, said it's fantastic. So I'm definitely gonna read the book before the movie comes out, so we get a little different perspective, But Ryan Gosling,
Don't do that.
I'm definitely reading the
It'll
book.
ruin the movie for you.
Yeah, because the book will definitely be better.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm definitely reading the book. I gotta read the book. But dude, no man, this was the best trailer I saw this week. I'm so hyped for this movie. It just looks like a fun time, like cool sci-fi, going into a realm you don't get to see often,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like super hyped for it, but like
Really? Why?
just not my type of movie. But like I'll like it. I'm sure I'll like it.
What do you mean not your type of movie? You don't like space movies?
Not really. They get a little too confusing.
What?
Yeah.
Like what? Name a confusing space movie. If you say Interstellar, I'll fucking laugh at you.
Dude, that's confusing as hell.
No,
but
it
I
is
get it.
not. How
I
is
get
that
it,
movie
but
confusing?
you have to really think about it.
No, you do not.
Oh my god. Here we go.
What do you mean?
Is
Bro,
that not considered a confusing movie?
They gotta save Earth. They fly to space. And then he goes into the wormhole. Turns out the wormhole is like some sort of higher being creating
There's way more to it than that.
Making riffs of space-time continuum, and he can communicate with his past self. But he missed the signs.
You know this. You know it's confusing a little.
Whatever, bruh.
It's like Tenet level confusing.
No, it's not. Okay, it's not Tenet level.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Tenet was just less
Tenet's
of a
hard
movie.
to get. Tenet's a hard one. Tenet was a hard one. I'll agree with that one.
No, you're right. This probably won't be that confusing, but I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not like super into it, but like I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like I'm a fan of what Ryan Gosling's doing right now. You know, he's doing a lot of big
Trying to venture
budget-
away from Barbie.
No, not even that. No. Like I think he was doing a lot of smaller movies, and then he got kind of typecasted as he was like a big indie guy, and then he became kind of the rom-com guy.
He's trying to get that bag, bro.
And now I don't think he's trying. He's trying to get away from. I think the last 7 years or so have been like kind of getting away from that, and now he's like way more like big action movie star, or like just big. But he's an action movie star that can do the drama. I honestly, good comparison, like Brad Pitt in F1. Like I think his acting was very good. Like he had some good scenes, and it's like he's bringing something to the table. And I think Ryan Gosling brings something like really like high charisma, great acting to every like role that he does. So I'm hyped to see him doing a movie with.
He's trying to show his range.
Yeah, trying to show the range, like flex on everybody.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun. Like it looks like a really fun movie. Like if it's anything like The Martian gets really into like the science and kind of gets a little weird with like and goes to like unexpected places. If this movie does kind of the same thing, I'm totally in for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it.
I'm down.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie or bad.
Doesn't look like a bad movie.
No, yeah, it doesn't look like a bad movie. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, but then after that, it was like the next day. I think we got the Running Man trailer, which I am so hyped for, dude. Project Hail Mary comes out next March, so it'll be 2026. But Running Man comes out this year, and I could not be more psyched.
Looks
Yes,
good.
dude.
There's a lot of hype behind it. I see a lot of buzz.
Dude, no, so earlier in the year, this was like very high on my most anticipated list. I'm so hyped.
I think we talked about it on the last one too.
Yeah, I think we did a little bit.
On our bonus episode, actually.
Yeah, I was kind of like waiting.
Top 5 most anticipated for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a trailer, and then they just randomly dropped it this week. I'm so excited. It looks so fun, bonkers, crazy. I'm like a huge fan of the old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie for The Running Man. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No.
But dude, it's so good. Like over the top, like crazy. But
that's back when Arnold was in his peak.
Yeah, right. But dude, no, it looks so good, man. Because the premise is so like kind of wild. Like you go on this game show, like this kind of futuristic game show, and if you can survive like all these assassins trying to kill you, you win this prize money. But then just like kind of give it just a little bit of a kind of like a goofy, funny, kind of eclectic editing twinge with Edgar Wright at the helm. Dude,
top
chef's
tier.
kiss, bro.
Top tier.
Trailer was fantastic. Freaking, I don't know, Glenn Powell fits. I think Glenn Powell fits. I think I was
starting
a little
to break out, huh?
Which is weird because I like him a lot, but seeing him in this trailer, it kind of caught me off guard just a little bit because I was kind of like, oh, like this is like he's working with like an actual like really good director now. Like Edgar Wright's like, and I think in the film world right now, like it's held very highly. And so Glenn Powell getting like kind of breaking through, working with somebody like up here is kind of different.
He's making his way.
Making his way up.
He's making his way up.
I respect that. Like that's cool.
Kind of like Ryan Gosling, huh?
Nah, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, you're right. He started off.
He's been there, bro.
Yeah.
No, dude, but it just looks hilarious. I didn't even know Michael Cera was in this movie.
Oh,
Seeing
really?
him in the trailer, I was like, this is hilarious.
Nice. Yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm more excited for that than I am Hail Mary.
Really?
Just because it's,
Yeah, I think so too. It just sucks. It sucks to think that, well, it doesn't suck. I think Edgar Wright movies are very like more supposed to be like fun, but like taking that kind of popcorn, turn your brain off movie and kind of just adding more style to it and like vibrancy that kind of makes it just a little bit more of a better blockbuster film. So that's why I'm excited for it. But it's sad to think that something like, which we'll get into, but something like F1 is probably more likely to get nominated for Best Picture than something like Running Man, which might be a little bit more pushing a little bit more quality, I guess, in terms of like script and stuff. But this movie did, I don't know, I want to hear your opinion on the trailer too, but it did seem like it was pushing a little bit more comedy.
Oh, I don't think it's like I'm not putting an
Not
Oscar.
No,
No.
But sometimes movies like that
I don't think so. Maybe in something small, like a small, like the lesser categories, like
Yeah.
maybe production or editing, but like not
Yeah, true.
not like it's not gonna be like
this
best
looks
picture.
This
nothing.
does look straight like kind of blockbustery a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
But
I mean, it's a reboot of a
true.
of a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Come on, man.
True. But it's a Stephen King
I think you're a
movie.
little.
It's a Stephen King movie.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the last Stephen King movie adaptation? I guess It. But like, yeah, what's the Oscar wise?
Hey, that Life of Chuck came out. I'm so sad I missed that at the movie theaters.
I've been hearing that's a
Really? Like
from
mid?
the Oscar dudes and a couple other people. It's kind of like it was kind of like whatever.
Damn, that sucks. I was really hyped about that movie.
I don't think it sucks.
I'm still gonna see it though.
It's just not getting buzz. It's not getting the buzz it needs to like push it into like the Oscars.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's an Oscar bait movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I don't know. Yeah, this movie does look more like a comedy though.
yeah, it's just a popcorn
It'd be fun.
movie.
It'd be
I
fun.
wouldn't expect any more.
Crowd pleasing, like fun
Yeah,
popcorn movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like Coleman Domingo. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. He's
Oh, really?
He's like the kind of the show host.
Oh, nice. Good for
Kind
him.
of like the main bad guy, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be
yeah.
So it'll be fun to see him.
I couldn't tell like what he wasn't. So he's the bad guy. Is that what they're?
I think
alluding?
so. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it'll be fun to like see him kind of go big, like go
Yeah.
crazy.
That's cool. Yeah, I like him. I'm a fan of him.
Yeah,
I think everyone is after
Mm-hmm.
seeing.
I think so too. Yeah, but looks really good. I guess we can move on though. That's all the kind of the trailer news and announcements and stuff we have. All right, so yeah, I guess we can move into our movie reviews. We got Jurassic World was it Rebirth?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
guy-
I missed this one. You actually made it to a early, kind of like an early showing.
A Wednesday.
Of this movie. A Wednesday
Wednesday.
showing, which is like pretty unheard of. They don't really do that.
And I think it has to do with
4th of July.
4th of July
weekend,
yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm repping. You're not.
I got some red, white. I got some red, white, and blue right there.
Here you go.
Yeah, and I got a funny experience. Okay, so I watched the movie Ep16.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know how like a lot of theaters they'll do like their little their own advertisement, like AMC will have like their little commercials,
Yeah.
So AMC's like before the previews start, they have like their previews for like what they're showing, and they do re-releases every month.
Mm-hmm.
Now mind you, I'm gonna paint a picture real quick. The movie, I watched it really early, 9 a.m. So not packed, but there was a crowd in there, And the crowd was obviously like old, like the conservative old women. And then there was like a kid with his grandma there. And there was a couple families with like their little kids.
Yeah.
I specifically saw a little girl with her mom and dad. So I sit down, right? Now the trailers come on, the previews for what movies are showing for this month, for
Yes.
like their re-releases of July. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scream, and Midsummer were the movies that they're showing this month because I think they came out in July.
Yeah.
So it opens up with Midsummer, and it's the scene where the person jumps off the fucking cliff. Yes, I swear to God, dude. And
it's like a kids movie or kind of like a family movie.
But they do it for all the movies I've seen this month. They've showed this trailer. It's just like a generic, like, hey, just run the trailers for what we're showing this month.
Yeah.
And it shows the person, the old lady, like throw her hands out, and it shows Florence Pugh going, and it shows him jump, and it shows I can't remember if it's the old lady or the old man, but it shows I'm gonna say old lady shows her hit the fucking concrete. But it doesn't show blood or nothing, but it shows like them, like her jump and then hit the concrete, and then then I'm like, oh my dude, this theater, like there's kids in here.
This is not the theater.
I was like, oh my God. And then it flashes over to Scream, like running and grabbing the girl and like stabbing her. And then it goes to like Texas Chainsaw Massacre when she's like, "Wah!" And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like the suicide That is dark.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's like as dark as you get. Yeah.
How is that? Even without the blood, like, you know what happens. I'm sure that girl sitting there with their fucking kid, you know, like,
Yeah, it was like, oh no.
what the fuck was that?
no.
How do they show that?
Yeah,
Dude, I was like, yo, that cracked me up.
That's so funny. That's crazy.
Okay, so now let's get into the movie.
Yes.
I was want to tell you about this breaking news.
Okay, breaking news.
So, they show their trailers, right? They go. Okay, so after that,
Is this a spoiler? For like,
It's not a spoiler,
okay.
but it is. It's a breaking news.
Okay.
So they show that shit, right? Then they get into the real trailers, right? Then after the real trailers are over, you know how like the theaters will show like shh, don't talk, silence and all that.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the movie. So he did that, and then it gets dark, and then it starts off with like, I think it's Universal,
Yes.
and then it just goes into an Odyssey trailer.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a teaser, but yes. Dude, yes. I was like, let's go. Because they don't like, it makes it seem like it's going into the movie, right? Because the lights go off.
Because they just released the poster for it.
Yeah.
Too.
And it's John Berthal and Tom Holland talking.
Really?
It doesn't show much. It's like, it's a teaser. It's not really a trailer. It's a teaser. But it's enough to get you fucking hyped. Like, let's go.
No way.
Yeah. It's John Berthal. He's going, wait.
Yeah.
wait. No, but he's doing the accent, and Tom Holland's doing like his accent, you know? They're doing accents. And there's like some dude floating in the fucking ocean. But it seems like for like the first, like, it's probably like a 30-second teaser.
Really? Okay.
But it felt like the first like 5 seconds, I thought it was Jurassic World. I'm sure everyone else did too. Because it doesn't look, because it's Universal. And then it goes into, you know how they do like the transitions, and then it starts and it shows like the ocean, and it's like, they say something like darkness is deep or something like that. I'm like, damn, dude, Jurassic World's gonna go hard on this, you know? And it shows like a dude floating in the river, and then it shows John Berthal or whatever. I was like, oh, fuck,
exactly
yeah. Yeah, and then it's like, I'm like, oh no, it shows like a boat kind of floating.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no way. And then then the trailer's over. I'm like, I wanted to text you right away. I was like, no, I'm gonna save this for the pod.
Damn. Dude.
I was like, and then it goes into Jurassic World. I'm like, dude, who gives a fuck about this movie right now? Like, this is a hard, like, why'd they really fuck Jurassic World with this? That's a hard follow.
Damn, bro.
Like, you hyped me up with that.
I guess freaking. I guess they'll probably release the teaser on 4th of July, but
I assume once they put it out, I was like, it's going to be everywhere. Like, I went to the bathroom and I was like looking on Instagram. I'm like, oh, they haven't put it out yet. I saw the poster though.
It'll come out 4th of July then.
And then when I was hinting at it and you didn't like catch on, I was like, okay, he hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't heard. Yeah, I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be there this morning to see that movie with them, but it turned out I had a meeting I had to go to, so I was like, shit.
Yeah,
Damn,
it was
I'm
worth
sad
it just for the teaser.
Yeah, just for that.
I got the
Price of admission alone.
I got the fun. Like, wasn't expecting it. Like, it threw me off. They did a great job of making you think this is Jurassic World. Like, no, it's not. This is a teaser.
That sucks.
Yeah,
that's so cool though.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. I was looking around. I was like, y'all know what y'all are watching right now. I'm pretty sure no one in the theater gave a shit because it's like I said, they're just there for Jurassic World.
Yeah,
but I was like, let's go. All right, let's get into it now.
Yeah, tell me what you thought.
I went in with zero expectations because this movie's been getting bombed from literally everyone. Haven't heard anything good about it, so I was like, okay, it's gonna suck.
Like 5 out of 10s across the board. Like, pretty terrible.
Which is, I think, better than what it got. But to me, I give it a 4.5.
Okay.
I went in with zero expectations, so like I didn't really care. I wasn't like mad or nothing. I wasn't upset. But I go in, I'm watching it, and it starts off like obviously it's corny from the beginning. The first I don't know what you call it. What would you, not an epilogue, but what's the opposite of that?
Prologue.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like a prologue, right? And it starts off, and it's clearly huge advertisement. It's like they basically said, okay, who's going to give us money for this prologue, and then we'll write this opening scene based off who pays us the most.
No way.
Dude walks up. These are scientists, right? And they're dealing with dinosaurs. You figure they're going to be on their P's and Q's, right?
Yeah.
He has a fucking Snickers wrapper in his mouth. He walks up, like, he's trying to get in the door, and he can't like. Or he has it in his hand.
I'm your Snickers.
Yeah, he has it in his hand, and he can't like open the door, so he puts it in his mouth, and then he spits it out, and then the wrapper like floats in the air, and you see Snickers like very good. And then the Snickers wrapper, it's like floating, and then he showed again, and then it gets sucked into like this door, and it fucks the door up.
That's so lame.
It messes
That's
everything.
so
It goes,
lame.
you know, and everything's, you know, the dinosaurs like breaking out now, and everyone's freaking out, and all the scientists are running with like they got their hazmat suits on and shit, and they're like, oh my god, it's coming. And
We're
then
all
like
dead.
they lock the door, but there's one guy, the Snickers guy, and he's all like, oh, open the door,
Trying to
you know?
fix it.
Yeah, and she's like, she goes to open it, and she's like, and there's a fucking dinosaur behind him, like, you know, it's doing that shit, and he's like, open it, please, open it. She's like, you know,
Can't.
and then it's like all dark and red behind him, you know, and then
Yeah.
the dinosaur grabs him and like just takes off. She's like, you know, and then it goes into the logo of the Jurassic World. I'm like, oh, sick. Okay, so they're setting. Obviously, that was lame as hell, but I don't care. Like they're setting.
So a good intro.
They're setting the vibe of like, okay, this is gonna be we're about to go off with these dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I think another 30 minutes went by. We got the dinosaur in the lake, or the lake. Jesus,
In the
you know,
ocean.
in the sea.
Yeah.
That we seen in the trailer. The trailer was honestly, I think they took away from the trailer.
Really?
I think the trailer was way better, like, than what was in the movie.
like it showed off it made it seem like there were gonna be way more like dinosaur stuff.
It seemed
and
like
then-
in the trailer, you know, the whole scene with in the sea, you know, the fucking dinosaur like eating and
Yes.
shit.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't show all of that what they showed in the trailer.
Yeah, like it didn't make the end
No.
the end cut of the movie.
And the trailer was better because that shit sucked.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. You just see like a dinosaur's ass, you know.
Yeah.
But they did a great job with Scarlett Johansson because there's a couple moments in that where I'm like, yo, like
like so.
they have a tit bounce. There's no reason for it. She just like jogs for like no reason for like half a second. Her tits kind of like boom boom, and it's like, oh, I know what you're doing. She has a tight shirt. She
Snickers
squats.
wrapper, boobies, dinosaurs. They're giving us everything we want, dude.
She's supposed to be like
They're
this.
feeding us.
Yeah,
They're feeding us slop.
she's supposed to be like this special operations Marine, MARSOC, you know, and she's trying to like shoot the dinosaur with like this thing, and the dinosaur's like right there. Everyone's like, shoot, and she can't aim. I'm like, fucking shoot. So like the nerdy white dude in there runs up and like grabs her hips all sexualized, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm back in it now.
Yeah,
I'm back in
it's
it.
a great
you know?
movie.
He's like grabbing it, and
Shot
then
from a 4.5 to a 10 in seconds.
so she shot him and the dinosaur, and then blah blah. Who gives a shit? And then like I swear to God, like another hour. I feel like an hour goes by with like no like there is dinosaur like moments, but it's like they're like the dinosaurs like kissing each other. They try to make you feel like a feel good, like, oh, look at the dinosaur.
the animals are
it's
so
cute. Yes, like
Or
the
dinosaurs are so cute.
it's like the Land Before Time, like
Yeah.
the long neck one. Like they're like
Yes, take us-
wrapping their necks around, like kissing, like oh. And there's like a little cute little Tina-sized dinosaur, like my little dog. Like yeah, there's like that, and the little girl in the movie.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, this is my pet now. And it's like, and they try to be funny so much, and it bombed in the theater.
Really? Nobody.
Oh,
laughed.
there's like a family in the movie, right? And there's like a kid who's like the funny, lazy kid. He tries to be funny throughout the movie. And there's a scene like where they're kind of in a bad moment, and the kid's like, "Well, y'all just want to smoke some weed?"
No way.
And like literally the theater's like,
Dead silent.
"Yeah." I was like, "Well, like, how was that?" Well, he said weed.
He's so zany funny.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there's so much of that. But I mean, there was like 7-8 advertisements.
Really?
All candy. Obviously, they're going for kids. They hit you with the beer one because they get the divorced dad that's taking his kid to the movie.
Yeah.
So you get you get that. I mean, it wasn't good. I knew it wasn't going to be good, but like, just give me dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They give
Yeah,
you
like-
T-Rex. There's a moment that I'm like, finally, fuck yes, T-Rex, and he's like in it for like 3 minutes at most, and he doesn't do anything. He's kind of like lazy. He's like,
Yeah.
and he like almost gets him, and then they survive, and it's not even that, like, he doesn't even try hard, but they're building it up for like this main mutant dinosaur that's like not even baddie. It's so anticlimactic, dude. It's so
I
anticlimactic.
know, and that sucks because I remember when we were talking about the trailer, like way back on the pod, it was like, oh, dude, like the dinosaur looks like a mix of like a xenomorph from Alien and a dinosaur. Like, it looks sick as hell.
Yeah,
And they just fumbled.
It doesn't look cool. It looks like a special needs dinosaur.
Damn.
Like this park is like the special needs park for the dinosaurs. It doesn't. The dinosaur looks dumb.
Yeah.
And it's not even like that terrifying. Like all the other movies had a more terrifying dinosaur in scene, you know?
That sucks, man.
Yeah, this was like, and then like you already know everyone's gonna survive, so it's like,
Dude,
who gives
especially
a
with like
shit?
a mutant dinosaur, I was like, that should be like scarier than all the dinosaurs. Bro.
It just looked funny. It didn't look
Yeah.
right. Had a big forehead. Like
Yeah.
it was. No, it was basically it was like a T-Rex with a big forehead.
Yeah.
Like a big brain.
Yeah.
Look at the big brains on Brad.
Yeah.
No, but it was like if you just would have thrown in dinosaurs nonstop scary action, I'd have been like, okay, this is great. But they didn't. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like a 2.5 hour movie, and there's probably like 20 minutes worth of dinosaurs.
Damn. So you think it's like bottom of the?
I think it's one of the worst Jurassic World. All the Chris Pratts were better that I've seen. I didn't see the last one.
Wow. No, the last one was
I didn't see the last
awful.
one, but the first one for sure was better.
Awful.
First one was for sure better.
Yeah, that one's not bad. That one's pretty good. Decent.
Well, wherever you put that, just know that it's better than this one.
Really?
This is bottom tier.
That's crazy, dude.
It's because of lack of
The
dinosaurs.
cast is crazy too. Like, you got Mahershala Ali in there. Freaking.
Yeah, and his character sucked ass.
Really?
It was too like
Get my man in Blade. Get my man out of Jurassic Park. Get him back in Blade.
because he's supposed to be like this
military?
yeah, he's supposed to
Yeah.
and then but they're so unrelatable military, like they're so like they're too emotional, like they're too like, so what's your deal, you know, with the girl, like he knows the girl from the past, Scarlett Johansson,
Yeah.
and she's like, yeah, I just had PTSD ever since that car bomb. I had to tell his wife that he died, you know. It's like car bomb, like it's just so, it's like, dude, you're SF dudes, like you're not talking like that. You're kind of like, yeah, this is the game. She's like, the military, I miss my mother's funeral because of all the work I've done. It's like, yeah, no shit, like this is like, really, you're talking like they know this, like they're supposed to be hard and like, yeah, like, okay, tell us something really crazy.
Yeah.
And he's just relating, and she's like, so did you and whatever his old wife's name is, and did y'all work out? And he's all like, me and Sarah, it didn't happen. You know, it's like, it's just so corny.
I worked too hard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
basically like
yeah.
that. It was like, yeah, never got it together. And he's like clearly like the good guy throughout the movie, and then the villain's like all I care about is money.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Damn, we got two of those coming up. We got one in this movie and one in F1.
this is worse. Oh, way worse. Yeah.
Like mustache twirling. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like,
We're gonna make so much money off these dinosaurs.
Yeah, and he mentions it so many times. They're like, "Why are these dinosaurs out here? Why didn't they like euthanize them?"
Yeah.
and he's like, "Euthanize? These dinosaurs cost $20 million. Would you euthanize a $20 million dinosaur?" And like, do all you care about is money? He's like, "Well," and then like a dinosaur pops up, and they gotta talk about something else. But there's like so many scenes and interactions with like him, like mentioning money. You know, it's like, oh, we get it. He's like the corporate greedy guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like again, I knew that was going to be that on that level of writing, so I didn't. That didn't bother me. What bothered me was the lack of badass dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's it. You know, that's all I have on that.
Yeah, that's like kind of the vibe I was expecting from, and like that's what I was kind of like expecting you to say. So, you know, it's like I'll probably get around to see it. I have a couple of friends who want to go see it, so I might go, but it'll be really hard to spend my money on it.
Lack of dinosaurs,
especially
killed
with
it.
everything else coming out. Like we got 4th of July this weekend. Like I'll be busy. But then it's like we got Spider-Man or fucking not Spider-Man. Superman, Eddington, freaking
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Know What You Did Last Summer, Fantastic Four,
together.
Dude, it's just like I got so many other things I'm looking forward to. So if this was a waste of time, I'm not even gonna go.
Oh yeah, like I said, like you already know it sucks, but like it's just like at least it should have been funner.
Yeah, like if it was gonna be like kind of like a corny product placement, blah blah blah.
At least give
it
me
should have been at
dinosaurs.
least a really fun, entertaining movie.
Especially when they honeydick you with the prologue, with the opening scene of
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm like, oh damn, it got dark, you know, because
Yeah,
it was kind of dark. Like she's like crying and like because she, you know, let him die, and
Yeah.
and then it goes into just crap.
Yeah.
I will say though, I know a lot of people are shitting on Scarlett Johansson for some reason in this. I'm like,
She's good. She's good in everything she's in.
I thought she was the best part of this movie as far as, I mean, I'm biased, but I thought she was beautiful.
Yeah, it's like
I love you.
She's
Please
just like
marry me.
she's got great screen presence.
Yes.
If that's how you want to phrase
Yes.
it, yeah.
No, she was
But
fine.
she's also like she's always like very like good actor. Like she's just always really good. at
Yeah,
everything
and
she's
the
in.
writing did her no justice. I will say, like, obviously, like, she doesn't shine in this movie because
Yeah.
it's like impossible.
Yeah.
It's just so lame.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. So I mean, that's our Jurassic World. My take on it. The best part of it was the Odyssey little
Yeah, the
teaser.
Odyssey teaser,
Dude, that
yeah.
was so cool that they threw that in like that.
I know.
I mean, it's in. I wouldn't be surprised if you bought this on DVD. It would be at the beginning of it because
Yeah, because like it's like you just like gotta buy it for that.
because the trailers
that's
were
the best
over.
part of it.
The trailers were over, and then they did the the theater little
Yeah,
trailer,
yeah, they
and
did
then
everything, yeah.
the lights got dark,
Went straight into it, yeah.
and they did the the basketballs bouncing around like Dolby experience,
Yes, yeah.
and then it went into that, and it's like it's felt like the movie. I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah,
That's a
it.
hard follow though, dude.
It is a hard follow. Very hard follow. Damn. Well,
Yeah, we can get an
Shoot.
F1 now though.
F1 review. Let's get into it, man.
We got two very different opinions on this.
Oh, very, very.
Just to clarify, or just to point out there, just put it out there. I didn't like the movie that much. Nate loved it.
Yeah,
We'll do a spoiler free for like.
Yeah, we'll do spoiler free. I just think technically this movie was awesome to watch. Opening scene, fantastic. And like I think all the performances are very serviceable. I think it is very cheesy. And I think that's where your main problems come in. And it's like for me, it's like I thought it was fun. Like it was cheesy and I can definitely see like all your gripes with it. But I'm like way more like I just had such a fun time with this movie. Like all the car scenes were fantastic. I thought everything looked really good. And I just loved you think it was very predictable, and it was. Like it was predictable, but when it came to the racing sequences, I thought all that stuff was like not always super predictable. I thought they did some fun stuff with it. Like
In the
some
first
interesting
act.
things.
In the first act.
Yeah, like when he's
I would say the third act and the second. I would say, I guess it's the ending of the first act. That scene
yeah.
was very predictable.
Yeah, but it almost. Oh, these are spoilers. So I guess I'll wait.
We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait on
Yeah.
that. But like, yeah, dude, I was just really pretty high up on it. I would probably sit around to 7.5. I'd probably.
Mine was a 5.5.
Yeah, that's crazy. 1 point above Jurassic World.
No. Jurassic World was
It's 4.5.
Oh yeah, full point. Yeah,
Yeah, full point,
Yeah, 5.5.
dude.
Like and I'm not trying to be elitist, but like movies like that, like the script has to be better to like wow me. Like I know it's gonna suck, but it can't suck that bad to the point. Like the entertainment can only get me so high.
What sucked about it? What did you think?
The script.
Yeah, let's talk.
So that script
Not
was
great.
so bad that that's like again the entertainment was enough for you to like love it and like look past the script. For me, the entertainment I just didn't care. Like I said, I'd rather watch an F1 highlight reel at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so the script it hit every trope. Like it's like okay, I get you got to hit the tropes. It's an underdog sports movie, but it was basically like Rudy. It's basically like every single corny sports movie into racing.
Dude, I don't know. I just think like with how great the car racing is, like if that's what you wanted out of this movie, and that's what I think most people are looking for, I think you get that. Like you get the really high octane racing sequences. Like there's some white knuckle parts of this movie. Like, and obviously you're coming off from the same director as Top Gun Maverick, right? Joseph Kosinski. And
You're basically watching the same movie. He didn't
yeah, I know
really
it's very
switch it up
very
at
similar,
all.
very
Yeah.
similar style. Like he's trying to hit kind of those same heights. I think for me, like, what works is obviously those sequences in the cockpit of the car, or like, they use kind of a similar look as Top Gun Maverick, but it's really cool. I don't know if you like read about it at all, but they created that technology in that camera and stuff for Top Gun Maverick, and for this movie, they're working with like a much smaller cockpit. So they basically created another like smaller version of it, like the mini version.
No, that shit ruled.
Yeah, it was so cool.
But like I said, that can only take me so far.
Yeah, I guess
For that long of a movie.
Yeah, it's
very long.
It is, yeah, 2 hour coming in at like 2 hours and 35 minutes or something. It was very long, but for me, I thought it flew by.
See, I think if it had been an hour and 45-minute movie, I would have liked it so much better. But at a certain point, like I'm over it. I'm like, okay.
You mean an hour and 45 minutes?
If it would have been that long, I would have liked it so much better. But at a certain point, like the last, I just don't like the action. I'm like, I don't even care anymore.
Really? That's crazy.
But this is why I'm not gonna like die on this hill and like be a very like so outspoken about it, because it wasn't made for me. It was made for it was an audience that was trying to hit, and I'm not trying to say you're that audience, but you know what I mean. But like, obviously, there's an audience for it, and then there's like people that like you can look past it, you can see the good in it, which is great.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely see the problems in the script.
But they nailed that. They nailed that. So, and it's doing great. It's doing good, and it's great for the theater because it was packed.
Yeah. Yeah. My IMAX theater was packed, and no, like I want to agree with you. Like the script is lacking for sure, and it should have been a little bit better. And where I think it differs from Top Gun is with Top Gun, you had way more like it was life and death stakes. It was. They kind of explained the
nostalgia.
Well, yeah, the nostalgia too, but they kind of explained the like way more of the inner workings of the planes, right? Which I think is cool. And you kind of almost when you see Tom Cruise flying the plane, you almost see it like, oh, like this is like a drug to him. Like he needs to be in this cockpit.
And it's Tom Cruise though, like he
rules.
thrives in that realm of
he rules,
action.
Yeah. I almost believe Brad Pitt was a better actor in this type of environment.
Well, he's a better actor in general.
Yeah.
Not action-wise, though. Not stunts-wise.
Yeah, but the difference between these two movies, like in the script, it's like, Tom Cruise is like, he's there. They kind of explain the planes better, like the kind of the inner workings of everything. And, you feel the intensity of Tom Cruise needing to be up there in that plane. With Brad Pitt in this movie, it just felt more like, he's dealing with more internal issues in terms of like, he feels like a failure. He's got all these more emotional stakes. So everything happens more outside of the cars. And like all that emotional weight is like more outside of the cars a lot of the time. Or you get in these scenes. And so I think it's almost like it didn't hit the same amount in the cockpit of the car as it did in the cockpit of the plane.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we can get into spoilers, but
okay, we'll do spoilers now.
Yeah. Opening scene, so fucking good. Like it was long as hell. Like I almost wish it ended after the first racing sequence when he's in the because what race is he racing in? I think it's
Paris?
Indy 500.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's doing the Indy 500 or something, and just like him in the van. Or the jet stream, and just like walks out with the headphones, gets in the car, wins it. Dude, he's just so fucking cool. Brad Pitt just oozes like stud, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. Like I said, I liked Act 1. It was like
you get the opening sequence, and then you get
going
the rest of Act 1 is so good.
I think like towards the end, the ending of Act 2 or Act 1. I think it was Act 1. It got to the point I couldn't even tell what act was what. I was like, shit, I don't even know what's going on. Like,
really, I feel like every act was very noticeable because it was every time there was like a big crash.
Okay, so that was that's what I'm talking about. Like that was like, that's when it went downhill for me.
Really,
okay, so let me tell you why I didn't like it. Let me tell you why I didn't like it. All right, or why I didn't like the script.
Yeah,
and why is like the tropes. So you got the American cowboy guy, right? Like I do things my way. The rebel,
Yeah, that's Brad Pitt.
Yes, and he's they bring him back. Okay, whatever. And he's got this young stud. He's like a little hot-headed. He's got a mentor, right? And they kind of butt heads. Okay, that's cool. And then you got the girl in there, and then that becomes a love interest. And
yes, yeah.
then you got the montage because there's an accident where with Brad Pitt's character, and then you find because everything's going good, and then boom, here you go. Well, you can't race anymore or whatever. You're hurt, and then there's the montage of him healing up and the young guy like coming around to Brad Pitt's ways and being like, okay, let's run now because that's Brad Pitt's thing is to run. That's his,
Yeah, he runs before he races.
Yeah, so then he starts doing that and gets everyone's running. Then like everyone's so against Brad Pitt's ways because it's all like rebellious and it's crazy. And then everyone's starting to come to it now. I'm like, okay, maybe let's all do it now. It's happy good.
Yeah.
And then they just threw us a random villain like towards the end. It's like, oh, here's the villain now.
Yeah, big money grubbing CEO guy. Yeah,
and then the ending where he texts and he's like texting him like, fuck
text him the
off.
middle finger.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, I agree with you.
Yeah, okay, but it's so. But then they threw all that in, like they rushed that because that wasn't in the first act at all. Like there was a trope or two.
Yeah, but it's setting it up. It's setting it up for all that to happen.
But I feel like they just rushed all that in there. Like, okay, we didn't hit all these yet. Let's throw them all in right now because we got to hit every single trope. We got to check every box, and then they did that, and then
yeah, but that's what makes a pleasing blockbuster, dude. You want the
you
want the rightest moments. Like, yeah, dude, Brad Pitt got the girl. He's such a stud. Like, yes, he ends up winning. Like,
so forced.
Fuck yeah,
that was
they came back from adversity. Like they were both hurt. Like, let's fucking go. Like, yes, the script could have been better.
But you've seen it a million times.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Write it better.
The script could have been better.
There's a montage, bro.
That's all the stuff you want to see. That's like,
but do it better then. Like it was like so like okay, I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but here's where I'm at, and I think we've had differing opinions about the same type of thing before. But it's like, yes, it's cheesy. Yes, it could have been like the script could have been better. But when you look at like the technical aspects of this movie, how great the racing scenes are. There's not another racing movie that like I think even comes close as good as this one.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Okay, that's a good one. That is a good one,
and that's
that's why that like that one is.
I think,
but it's very different. It's not F1.
I think I subconsciously I think I was wanting that, and that's why I didn't like this movie as much. Because even though I went in with low expectations, knowing it was gonna be a shitty like tropey movie,
yeah,
I went in like hoping it's gonna be on that level, and it wasn't.
This felt big, dude. Ford v Ferrari is a good movie, but this movie felt big, dude. Like just like the fireworks, all the champagne popping, it was so like it was so exuberant, fun, like popcorn shoving in my fucking face. Like I want all of it, bro. Like just give it to me.
Yeah, and I think
I love that. Like I love the I respect the yeah, like we don't give a fuck. Like we're just doing whatever we want. Like, and then like just the opening intro, it's like Jerry Bruckheimer film, like production, like fireworks blowing up, like just Brad Pitt racing, dude. It's sick. It's fucking awesome.
And to me, like that, I don't care about that stuff. So like that's why I didn't like it as much.
Yeah, I just like I
don't care about that shit like that. I'm like, oh, okay. Like to me, and I'm not shitting on that. I'm not saying like that's a bad way to think. I'm saying like for me, like I'm not their audience, and they didn't make it for me. And they wouldn't have done as good if they did. But like that shit, like whatever, give me a better script, get rid of that shit and give me a better script for me. There's also a scene in that really like I hated so fucking much when he's like, you know how they talk to each other like they're in their little war room.
Yeah.
I forgot what he said, but he's like combat something. They're like everyone starts cheering combat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, I was like, I wanted to leave when that shit happened. That was the worst scene I've seen all year.
I didn't find that scene that cringy.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
It's not great. It's not
cringe. It's the cringy combat. I'm like, dude, and it's like, and then like, okay, I'm not on in this world because I don't watch F1, but all the F1 fans are kind of like, everything he's doing is like cheating. Like this wouldn't work. So
because like throughout the whole first act, he's kind of purposefully
crashing to slow the race down.
Purposefully slowing the race down so that his teammate can like move up.
And I will say,
I liked that stuff though. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, no,
like,
it didn't bother me. But they really cheating. That's what they should have been saying, instead of combat, they should have been saying cheating, because like we're making it to the top through cheating. And like in most sports movies, you
Yeah.
make it to the top through like dedicate, like just working hard and becoming the best. And we're not going to be the best. We're just going to we're going to do tricks and antics to get to the top. Which usually in those
thought that
movies,
was
the
kinda
bad guys are
cool,
cheating
though.
doing that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true.
Here's another thing. Shit, I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck. What was I going to say? Yeah, fuck it. Can't remember.
It's
it'll,
gone.
come,
It's gone.
it'll come to me.
Dude, yeah. No, I don't know. I like that. I will say the stuff that I didn't like personally, the stuff with the mom, I did not care for.
Yeah, that was another trope. It's like the like the
Yeah.
mom's like against him because he made her son crash, but in reality the guy did his own. Yeah, that's
No,
another trope.
like,
And then he
I'm-
comes out and says it at the end, and then her reaction's like,
Like I'm not defending that stuff. Like there were a lot of times in this movie where I was sitting there and I was like having a great time, and there would be something so corny that I would just like laugh. I would laugh, but not like with it. Like, oh, she said something funny. It was just because like, oh,
It's over
that's
the it's so over the
crazy.
top.
That's
yeah.
just so like when she was like, oh, like Brad Pitt is very handsome. Like
Yeah.
I was just like,
Now, see, at that part, I was into it. I was like, okay,
thought-
I'm here for the shitty stuff. Like, I was fine with that. I'm having fun.
no, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I was kind of like, but it's like I'm laughing because it's like hilarious that they're even like doing this, you know?
I will say what I really like the facilities and all that. How they really, because I'm sure that's real. Like the F1 facilities.
Yes,
Where
yeah.
It's like so state of the art, like 3D, like the racing, simulation.
Oh, that stuff was so
That
cool.
shit was so, and then
Like
like
the simulator?
his workout
Yeah.
facility, all that shit was so cool. I like that they
Yeah.
showed that. Oh, okay, I remember what I was gonna say now that I forgot. And I mentioned this in the last episode. I hate the dialogue, like explaining, but
Yeah.
this movie needed it, obviously, because
It
most
did.
people don't watch F1.
F1, yeah.
And the narrators throughout, the commentators throughout the whole, like they explain like the whole movie throughout, like not obviously like 90% of it. It was like they would explain something
Yeah.
every time Brad Pitt cheated. They'd be like,
Yes,
"Oh,
yeah.
he's slowing down the
And they have
track."
to red flag this race.
Yeah,
yeah.
And in F1, this means that the guy in front has to slow down. Everyone gets a chance to take a break, or they
Yeah.
explained it, and there were so many scenes where they just did that, which
I like that. That's fine.
no, I
yeah,
said
yeah,
like
fine.
I'm glad they explained it. Like I knew it better now.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like that was
But there was that throughout the movie,
definitely. Yeah.
and I'm
I
like,
don't know.
obviously they wouldn't do that in a real race. Like commentators wouldn't have to explain like so Barney style of like, oh, he crashed into that, so now what's about to happen is this, and then that means this, and that gives this guy a chance now.
Yeah. No, that's true.
But they had to they had to be so blatant about it, because or else we'd just be in the, why the fuck is he crashing into a sign?
Yeah. I know you had a problem with this, but like Brad Pitt kind of just like leaving behind F1 and like kind of riding off into the sunset. But dude, I actually kind of fucked with that, because here's what I
Oh,
like.
I didn't. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
at
it
that
was
point,
kinda
I was
just-
so
it was kinda-
checked
yeah,
out. I was
I
like,
was
"There's
kinda like,
nothing
whatever.
you can do right now that's gonna make me even more out of this."
I love how you see him kind of start out, like you see him start out in like the Indy 500 or something. I think that's what that opening scene was. But then you kind of come to find out that he's doing like, he kind of, when he came back to racing, he was doing like NASCAR, Indy, like he was like kind of collecting trophies in every realm of racing and moving up. And then he gets his like pinnacle of F1, and then the ending scene is like him going to like some shitty little dune buggy racing, and it's like, yeah, you guys need a driver. I love that. I thought that was sick. I was like, oh dude, he just wants to like master every discipline of racing. I thought that was cool.
That's a good perspective. I wasn't, because I was so checked out when they showed that. I was like, "Oh my god, they're not done with the corniness." I'm like, "All right," you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just like,
I was just like, "Fuck, dude, what's next? Is there going to be an after scene credit with him doing some more corny shit?" I was like, "Just end it."
yeah, I just thought it was fun.
But that was a good way of looking at it. He's
Yeah.
just trying to dominate everything.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why he left behind F1. Yeah.
That's a positive way of looking at that.
But I will say, like, Brad Pitt's whole motivation in the movie, I thought that was where I thought the script was like most interesting, was like kind of his whole internal battle of like, oh, like he wants to be a team player, like he wants good for the kid, but he's also like, I want to save my legacy. And that's like something you don't really see in, I think, a lot. Like he was approaching it from like a selfish perspective in some ways, you know, and I like kind of enjoyed that. Like he was kind of a complex character, you know. It's like he crashed out and like fucking broke his back. I thought that was really cool.
Legged, or as his buddy.
Well, he broke his like fucking neck, back, legs, like everything. And I thought that was like, I wasn't anticipating them going like that dark, kind of with like how bad his accident looked. Yeah, how fucked up he was. But then, you know, it's like when he's on that balcony, kind of giving that monologue. One, the performance, like Brad Pitt saying all that stuff was really great. But I think everything he said was like really kind of like authentic. Like it made sense. It was kind of a complex perspective. I thought it was like really well done. I thought that was cool. That was the best part of the script for me. But everything else obviously was kind of like corny, like kind of fun, like goofy, whatever.
Again, I'm not going to sit here and just be like that guy who's like, whoa, actually, this movie sucks. And this is, you know, like it just wasn't for me, man. And I couldn't, I guess I'm more into the script.
Yeah.
More than I am in entertain. And there's a certain point where it's like, I'm okay with it, but this was just I just thought the script was like probably the worst script I've ever seen in the last, like, I don't know.
No, that's that.
And the theater movies that I think
there are some terrible scripts
that I've seen in theater.
Okay, fair.
You know what I mean? Like actually, you know, obviously Jurassic World was worse, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this was just like, but the entertainment was good.
Oh, I thought it was off the charts.
Yeah, no, it was great.
That was
fun.
The best IMAX experience I've
had.
The
score was kind of like, what's his name's in it? Hans Zimmer?
Oh, dude,
but
I love the score.
But it was all fucking like just regular songs. I was like, come on, man.
No, I think he
let Hans Zimmer cook.
No. Well, okay. The song choices were.
I'm okay with the song choices.
The song choices were all right, but the actual score that Hans Zimmer did, like he kind of gets into like some techno beat like every once in a while, and I think like the score's like I thought the score was pretty good. I just don't think that they
didn't let him cook.
I don't think that they. Well, not that I don't think they let him. I think they let him cook. I just don't think that they push the score as much to the audience as they should have. Like the score's there. I just don't think they utilized it enough in the movie. And then because I think they kind of drown it out with kind of those song choices.
The already made songs.
Yeah, that they put in there. I think it kind of takes away from the overall movie score. So that's I agree with your point on that. Yeah, okay. That's a valid point. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a great movie.
It made me like go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say like I think it's most fun IMAX experience I've had in a while.
See, I didn't watch an IMAX.
Oh really?
No, I watched it. It was like the best theater for flicks.
Dude, I drove to the Warren.
Yeah,
I drove to the Warren IMAX. It's the best IMAX theater. It's so good. I literally felt like I was like I got like middle seats too. Like it was sick.
Yeah, I bet that would have made it better. I will say though, it made me appreciate Sinners more because Sinners is a blockbuster movie that was like really good. Like this is obviously a blockbuster movie that's going to like have Oscar talks just because it's so like big.
Just how Top Gun Maverick was.
But it made me appreciate Sinners because it was good on every level. Script was good, everything. You know what I mean? Like it was like it's like man, this is really hard apparently to make a blockbuster movie that isn't fucking corny as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's fair.
It made me appreciate Sinners more, so that's the positive I can say.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Because it really makes you think, like, damn, it really is hard to make a movie like that, but like that much of it's a phenomenon.
Yeah. No, it's true. That's why he's getting so much hype. That's why he's getting so much
You know
hype.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, damn. Well, yeah, you're settling in on 5.5? 5.5?
Yeah.
All right.
That's me being...
I'm holding strong at 7.5. I'm there.
I think I said 5 originally, but I think 5.5 is, you know.
Yeah,
I sit there and think, like, it's not made for, you know, it's like they're not trying to appease me, you know. I'm sitting on this throne like, oh, make it better. You know, it's like, no, fuck me. Like, it's, you know, whatever it was trying to do, it did great.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which was the vroom vroom.
Yeah, vroom vroom.
Fireworks.
Damn. Well, I won't touch on these for very long, but I got there's been a lot of TV out the last week or so, but we got Ironheart, that new MCU show that's just been getting dogged on so hard. But I'm watching that. Watched the first 3 episodes. The last 3 episodes came out today, so I'll probably go watch those tonight. Nice. And I'll probably do a little like mini review on that next week once I finish it. And And then Bear season 4, that all came out. I'll be watching that next week too.
Heard they renewed for
Yeah.
season.
Season 5. That's exciting, dude. And then Squid Game. I'm midway through final season of Squid Game.
You're like the
hyped.
only person talking about it.
Dude, I know. I love Squid Game 1 and 2, so like Squid Game 3 is I'm eating it up, bro.
Is that good? Is it American or
No, it's
still
South,
on?
It's
Okay.
Korean. It's South Korean. Yeah.
For some reason, I heard
Well-
like season 3 was supposed to be the like American version.
No, they're actually making Squid Game USA
Okay.
right now, but like everybody's like, "Oh, it's going to be corny whatever." But crazy thing, David Fincher is attached to direct all of it.
Oh shit.
So,
Yeah.
I think Squid Game USA could be
better.
could be huge.
Yeah.
Bring
it back?
Yeah, it could be as good. Could be as good.
Nice.
Or
Okay,
better,
that's
yeah.
something to look forward to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I'll be back with a little review for like a mini review for all 3 of those next week. I'll try to.
And then we got Superman coming out. We'll
Yeah,
watch that.
next week. Yeah, but we'll probably do another pod before we see that, huh?
No, that should be the next. It's July 7th. That's the next. Yeah, we'll do one more.
Yeah, we'll do
for
one
that.
more pod
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Well, there'll be something. We'll
We'll get something out. We'll
Yeah.
get something out. All right. Well,
That's it.
It's good.
Another good episode. Fun
Yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm. I'll
There
catch you
go.
next time.
Yeah.
Yep.